Welcome to this video of encapsulation, one of the main concept of object-oriented programming. In my previous video, we have seen about classes and object. This video, we are going to mainly focus on encapsulation. Let's get started. What is encapsulation? Encapsulation refers to the concept of binding the data, which is nothing but fields, and the methods operating on the data in a single unit called class. Let's take an example of a bank account here. So here we got a bank account class. So this bank account class has two data fields. One is account number with data type integer. The other one current balance with data type double. So here you can see these two data fields are declared with private access modifier. So that means these two fields cannot be accessed from outside of this class. So we are basically restricting the access from outside of this class for these two fields. But how can we change the current balance, right? Yes, so we got setter methods and getter methods for that. So if you see here, we got a set account method for setting the account number. We got a set current balance for setting the current balance. And similarly, we got a deposit, which are like, these are like custom methods for changing the current balance. And we got a withdraw method for changing the current balance field as well. So anyone who wants to access these two fields of this class, so we have to come through the methods only, so we cannot directly access these two fields. But why are we doing that? So let's take an example. Let's try to declare this field as public and see like what happens. So here we already got a bank account object. So I have already created a bank account object with account number 12345 and current balance as 100. And let's try to print this value and see like what we get. So you can see here we are getting the current balance as 100. And now that we have declared the current balance field as public, and then try to access that field directly. So I'm going to access that field directly, bank account dot current balance, and I'm going to set this field with minus 100.100. So let's try to print this value and see like what happens again. So I'm going to run this application again and see. Yeah, so you can see here, right? So this is the main problem. So the moment we start giving the access to everyone, and so they can actually change the value that whatever they want. So but we don't want to happen that. So we want to have our fields to be very secure. So we don't want anyone to access those fields and set the values like whatever they want, right? Yes. So this is the main reason. So anyone who wants to change these values, they have to come through the methods only, and that's why we are keeping this field as private. So but what are we achieving by having these setter methods, right? So maybe we want to have some kind of validation. So we can use the setter current balance method by setting the current balance. So we can have some validation like current balance is greater than 0. So only then change the current balance, otherwise don't change it. Or you can entirely remove this method. We don't have to we don't need the setter methods because we already got the deposit method for changing the current balance. We also got the withdraw method for changing the current balance as well. So here, so if you look closely into this, so we are not allowing withdrawal if the current balance is less than the withdrawal amount. So we are throwing the exception here. Exception in the sense we are throwing some message here. Yes, if the withdrawal amount is greater than the current balance, so we are saying not sufficient balance. So I'm sorry. So this kind of validation, so we have good control over the fields when we have methods, these kind of methods, right? So let me use those methods and see like what happens. So I'm using a deposit. So I am doing like $10 deposit into this method, and let's see like what is the current balance now. And so we're getting 110, right? Yes, that is correct. So let me use the withdraw amount. So let me try. So now the balance is like 110. So let me try withdraw 150. So what is the expectation here? The expectation, obviously we should get the message like not sufficient balance, right? Yes, so you can see here, right? So the moment we start withdrawing more money than the current balance, we're not allowing that, and we're getting not sufficient balance, and the current balance just stays the same. So like this, so as you can see clearly, so we are controlling, we have good control over our data by using these methods, right? So let's see the advantages of encapsulation. So the classes are easier to change and maintain. Yes, of course we have seen that, and we have control over the data members and decide which data members we want to keep hidden or accessible, right? So if we want to keep, so let's say we have like more fields, and maybe we decide like we want to have that fields are public, so we have full control over that. So we could have like methods only accessible within the class, so we can declare those methods as private, so we have full control over that. So we decide which data fields are read only and write only or both. So we don't want to, so let's say for example we don't want to set the account number, because we are already creating the bank account by keeping the account number and current balance. And so maybe we don't want to change the account number again, so we can just remove the setter method. So which means like, so if you want to only read only, so we can just remove the setter method. If you want to only write only, we can just keep setter methods, or both we can keep both setter methods and getter methods. So we have full control, we have we can do like whatever we want, right? So that's called like so we decide which data fields are read only or write only for that. So encapsulation mainly achieves the data hiding. So data hiding is nothing but by hiding, nothing but we are hiding the internals of the data fields from this class, and exposing the methods to the outside of the world, so that they can access that, they can change the state of the bank with some validations. Yeah, that's all about this. See you in the next video.